My computer is glitching a little bit, but I think it's working. Hello. Welcome to Too Much Tuesdays. This is where you can come when life gets to be a little bit or a lot too much. And I teach you guys easy energy tools to be able to go through your day, your month, your year, your life with more positive support, energy, good feelings in general. Today, we're doing something super important, and I am leading you through a really simple little technique to help you to connect directly to your intuition, and even over and above your intuition, to help you connect directly to source of wisdom, of joy, of knowledge, of guidance on like what the heck you're supposed to do next in your life, or what the heck you're supposed to do. My one wish I would to, or it's so that everyone change us as individuals and give us peace and joy and wisdom, but it would change the whole world. It would allow us as the human race to save ourselves, to save our planet Earth, you know? So that's my wish. And is it a hard wish? I don't know. An impossible wish? I don't think it is. It just hasn't been attained yet for everyone to feel their connection, because people have a belief that it's hard, and it's really not. It's not something that we're taught very often, or that's really emphasized in most of our cultures today. What's emphasized is more to like attain things and know things, like learn things, intellectually. And I'm all for that. But really, we need to go back to that place of understanding our connection, so that we can know again that joy, that inner wisdom, and feel supported and not feel like we're all alone here just like messing up. So this is what I do for my clients. My clients come to me when they are usually in a great deal of pain, either emotionally or physically. They're totally freaked out, and they feel usually cut off, even if they're like super spiritual people, which usually my clients are. And they have sort of a belief that they should be able to connect and to hear guidance and feel joy. They are in the midst of a crisis, and they feel like they can't do it. They can't feel their connection. They don't know what to do. They think that they're the person in the universe who like suddenly didn't get supported and made so many mistakes that they're just doomed. And so I'm really happy, of course, to kind of connect my clients up, and to give them. I connect with the universe. This is what I do in my sessions, in my workshops. I connect with the universe and let you know like what guidance and wisdom the universe has for you, what joy, what just like peace, just like relax, But mainly what I try to teach my clients is that they can do this for themselves. So we're going to do this in just a couple of minutes together. And I love my clients' reaction when they do this, either for the first time or the first time in a long time, because they're like, oh, I got something. No, I really know it. I really felt it. It wasn't just you that got it, Tara. It was me. And they feel like all of a sudden they can do magic. They feel like, whoa, I just found out that, I've got magic hands or something. But, just like with magic or with anything, you have to usually learn how to do something, right? And then you have to kind of practice a little bit. And we understand this about things other than connecting with the universe or with our own intuition. Like if you wanted to ice skate, let's say you watch the Olympics and you love watching the ice skaters, right? And you're like, ah, that looks just so beautiful. I think I want to learn how to do that. You probably wouldn't buy ice skates and go out to an ice skating rink and just expect yourself to, like, do a triple axel or something, right? You would what? You would ask a friend who knows how to ice skate to teach you, or you would take a lesson, an ice skating lesson, and then you would understand that you're not going to just go out there and like be a perfect ice skater. You're going to practice and get better and better, and that's exactly what it's like when we're talking about feeling your connection to the universe. First, you might want to learn how somebody else does it. There's a lot of different ways to do it. I'm going to show you guys one way today, but there's all kinds of different ways. And then you might want to keep on, doing it, not for like an hour every day and trying really hard, and not at all. It's not that hard, but for maybe 10 minutes, every day or every few days or something. As you do this, it's going to become second nature. And then once you have that feeling of in my life, this senior little, so terrible. And then, so you can do it, computer. What do you need from me? You can do it. Let's channel magic to my internet connection. So I'm going to go over like the three biggest doubts and fears that people have when they go to do this. And I'm going to really clear those up for you. And if this is working, and I think it is, you guys can also, after we do this little visualization and asking a question right now, you can ask me questions. If you have, tell me how it went for you. If you have any questions, I can answer them right here live, okay? So we are going to do, now I said that there's lots of different techniques to do this, of course. And one of them is the theta healing technique, which was created by Vienna Steibel. It's a really, I'm going to start you out on that because it's so simple and so accessible. And that's what I want for you, is for you to know that this is accessible and easy at any time. So I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath, hold it for a few moments, and then breathe that breath out like that. Close your eyes for me. And I want you to visualize, just imagine going down into the earth and imagine a ball of energy down there in like the very core, the very center of the earth. And you're going to just gather up that powerful flowing earth energy into a ball and allow it to rise up through the soles of your feet, through your legs, slowly spreading this sort of warm golden light up through each cell of your body, up through each chakra, up through the trunk of your body, up through once you get to your heart chakra and out to your shoulders. I want you to just imagine that energy going down each arm to each fingertip and then going up your throat, up your jaw, relaxing your whole face, up your head. And then that ball of energy kind of pops out the top of your head in your mind's eye. And now you're visualizing it as like a ball of light. And you can see in your mind's eye what color that ball of light is glowing. Maybe it's like a gold or a blue or green or whatever color you want it to be. And then you put your energy into that ball of light, your consciousness, and allow it to rise up and out and up and out and up and out. Through the sky, through the clouds, through the stars, so easily and quickly, through different layers of light and dark and light and dark. You imagine going through a jelly-like kind of heavier layer, and you just keep going. You visualize swooping through a misty blue light, a misty pink light, and then off in the distance, visualize kind of a window of sparkling white light. And you slip right through that window. You find yourself on the other side of the window, floating in an ocean of effervescent white sparkling light. And you don't really feel the boundaries of your ball of energy anymore because you're remembering your oneness with this ocean of sparkling light. This is a place of it just is. It's a place of unconditional love, of no judgment. It's your true, real home. And while we just imagined going up and out and up and out to reach it, it is actually within every atom of your body, always right there. So now we're going to just feel our connection. And sometimes that is all you need. You need to feel your true connection, your true place in the universe. And you need to just allow yourself to relax and flow, let that energy flow through you. So I'm going to be quiet for a moment so you can feel it. And if you don't feel it, that's okay. That's really normal. Imagine it. Pretend it. That's what takes you there. First, you visualize it, and then it happens, just like in the rest of your life. You plan to do something, you imagine doing it, so that then you can do it. And then we're going to go one step further, which is to ask this source, this energy that flows through all things, this divine spirit, the creator, all that is, universe, however you like to call that energy. We're going to ask a question. And then we're going to listen and receive an answer. And it might be an answer in words, like kind of printed out in our mind or in one word, or it might be an answer in an image. It might be an answer in a knowing or a feeling, an emotion. Whatever is the first thing that comes to you after your question, that's probably the answer. And if it takes a little bit longer, then you just hang out in that beautiful ocean of sparkling light, and it'll come to you. You're not in a big hurry here. So you focus in on that energy and address it by whatever name you like. I love source because it's our source of creation, of wisdom, of joy, of power, of peace. So I say, source, creator, universe. I have a question. And then I'm saying it out loud so that you can hear me, but this is something you say in your mind. It's easier to maintain that theta brainwave if you're not talking out loud, if you're just doing it in your mind. So in your mind, you say source, and then you ask whatever your question is. I'm going to give you an example. The more specific question you ask, the more specific answer you'll receive. So you might not want to say, why does mankind have to suffer so much? Start with something a little bit simpler. I'm going to ask right now what it is that my younger daughter needs that would help her in her day because she's having a bit of a rough time lately. So I'm going to ask Source what I could do to help my younger daughter feel supported and act better. Okay. And then I'm just going to listen for the answer. So I would say, and you ask your question in your mind, Source, I have a question. What would help my little girl to get through her day in a way that she's happier and can do what she needs to do? And then, this is important, I say, thank you, because I know I'm going to receive an answer, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. And so it is. That's what amen means, and so it is. So ask your question and then wait. That's kind of what we get wrong a lot, is we ask and then we don't wait. So you're going to wait, and I'm actually just going to sit here being quiet for a minute while you ask your question and receive your answer. And I'm going to do it too. I'm asking about my younger daughter, what she needs that I could give to her that would help her. Yeah, that's true. And if you have a feeling of like kind of wanting to cry, like your heart is touched, that's one sign that you really received your answer, And so, for example, my answer that I received to that question was that my little girl needs a lot more physically active fun in her life. And she's not really getting that right now, largely because of COVID and how her school has had to change for COVID and how her after school activities have had to change for it too. And so I can think of ways to help her to be more physically joyful and active. And that will really help her to feel better and then to maybe be a little bit more cooperative, because when you feel better, then you can act better. So that was a really nice answer, and I know that it came from source. If you get like a really scary or negative answer, that probably was just from your fear. If you got an answer like, well, if you wouldn't be, so lazy, then it would happen. That wasn't source, actually. That was just your own, judgments, your own self-judgments. So just ask again if that happens. Like, source, I don't think that was you. I think I was listening to my fears and doubts. And ask your question again. And usually we I call it walk back down into our own body and everything afterwards. So I'm going to do that super quick, and then we're going to go up again in a few minutes after I talk about like some fears and doubts, and you guys can get your questions ready. So just imagine again that ball of energy going back into your ball of energy and beautiful light and coming all the way back down into our universe, into our galaxy, into your own body through the top of your head, grounding down through your whole body. And then at the last moment, you can feel the energy fountaining back up again. So let me know how that was for you guys. If you want to post in the little comment section, I think there's a little bit of a lag, but then eventually I see it. And meanwhile, I'm going to let you know what like the biggest doubts and fears that my students and clients always have. And definitely the first one that they always say is, yeah, let me address this. I'm going to get to that first fear in a second. So Natasha's saying sometimes I don't get an immediate answer, but then later on I watch out for synchronicities that will give me the answer. That is so wise. Yeah, sometimes, especially if you're asking about something that's really big and important to you, you're stressed about it and you feel like I didn't get an answer, I can't do it. And instead of just giving up, Natasha is saying that then if she kind of just keeps open later in the day, she'll like see something, there's some synchronicity that gives her like, oh, that's what it is, I see. That's a really good point, a really good thing to remember. So the main thing that my students say after the first time or the 10th time they do this is, I don't see or hear anything. I can't do it. I don't see anything. And as this especially happens in a workshop where some people are like super good at this and like just really confident, and then they open their eyes and I say, who wants to share what they got? And people are like, I saw a rainbow and then a unicorn, and the unicorn was walking up the rainbow, and that means that I'm supposed to, which is great, but it makes the other person who was struggling more feel like I didn't see one single thing. So if you didn't see or hear anything, that is very normal and means that you don't have a mental illness. When we say, what did you see or what did you hear? We don't mean see with your eyes or hear with your ears, because that's not okay. We mean it in a whole different sense. And you don't really hear me say, what did you see or what did you hear? I say, what did you get? And I say, usually with a client, I'll say, well, what I'm getting for you is, because it's not seeing or hearing the way we're used to thinking of it, but it is in a certain way, because we all have dreams. So it could be like playing out. When we say see, we mean the way you see a dream or even a daydream. Your eyes are closed, but you just saw something. You saw it in your mind's eye, like I kept saying during the meditation. So that's what we mean by see. You can get an image that's so powerful. Like just now, when I was asking about what does my little girl need that would help her, a lot of times I actually do see words printing out in my mind because I'm a very like word person. But a lot of times also I get an image, and what I got was the image of my daughter like just jumping around and wiggling around and freaking out and being like happy, and she was outside. And there was also a knowing that it wasn't just, oh, because I could have taken it in a negative way, like, yeah, she's a little hyperactive, but I knew what it meant, that that's what she needs. She needs, like all kids need, like all people need, she needs joyful physical activity. That's what she needs. Okay. So you're going to be seeing something like a dream, knowing something like just like your intuition. Like if somebody says something to you, like, you know what you should do? You should do this. And you have a just deep knowing that, no, that's actually not what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is this, just a knowing from your heart, from your third eye, from your gut. And sometimes it is like words printed out, like I said. And sometimes you just get like almost like a memory. Like if you feel like let's say somebody that you loved and looked to for guidance died a long time ago. Like maybe your grandma was always your source of comfort and wisdom, and you haven't seen her on earth for 15 years, but when you really tune in and think to yourself, oh, I wish grandma were here, what would she say to me in this really bad predicament I'm finding myself in? And you know immediately what she would say. It's like that. It's a knowing. And yeah, Kelly is saying so true. I feel like I got an impression of the answer from my daughter. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, Susan says that's helpful. What do you get? Sometimes it's an impression or a tone, yeah, or a feeling. Could be a line from a poem. Yes. And you know what a lot of people get is a song that they know immediately what that, it's like the perfect appropriate song for their question or for their circumstance. Yeah, it comes through art like that. So, one other thing that people sometimes say is that this is impossible to do or wrong to do. So, if you were brought up in a religion like I was, you might have a sense or a belief that we shouldn't go up above the way that we were taught, the up above the person, the divinity that we followed, and go past that, you know, spiritual leader and go to God. But that is actually not true. That's why our spiritual leaders came to the earth, to show us how to connect to God. Your spiritual leader would be thrilled to pieces that you are wanting to connect directly to God. That's what Jesus, for example, was saying. He was trying to teach us that. And I think the same for Abraham, Muhammad, Brahman, Buddha, any religion. You can just, if you feel like, well, no, I have to go through Jesus, for example, to connect to God, great. Go through Jesus. Just do that whole meditation that we just did and say, Jesus, oh, the Christ consciousness, to connect to that beautiful energy. Jesus, please take me up to God the Father. I have a question. Please stay with me there too. Jesus would be like, okay, let's go. There's nothing wrong in any religion or belief system that I've ever heard of. There's nothing wrong with us connecting in whatever way we feel comfortable to connect through that divinity to God. The other really common thing that people say is that they can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Is that they're terrible at focusing at meditation, and they keep having other thoughts. And me too. I am right there with you. When I first tried to learn meditation, like in my 20s, I was being, I don't know, it's not like I took a class, but the person telling me about it told me, mistakenly, that meditating was about not having thoughts. And so I kept trying to do that. It was utterly impossible, in my opinion, for me. And I would just get really frustrated and think, I can't do it. I'm just not spiritual enough. I can't not have thoughts. Now I've learned differently, from a lot of different books and a lot of different workshops, but one of which I'll tell you, it's like my favorite book. It's like right behind me. Meditation for Fidgety Skeptics. How great is that? So it's not about not having thoughts. It's about embracing your thoughts and saying, oh, I see. There's a thought that's a doubt. Oh, hello, doubt. Very familiar with you. You're an old friend of mine. Okay. Hi. Now I'm going back to my visualization. And you just go right back to the visualization. Of course, there's going to be little thoughts coming in. What am I cooking for dinner? Well, how could I be possibly thinking that I could do something like this, connecting to the divine? Of course, there's thoughts. And instead of going, I can't believe it, I'm having a thought again, you just go, oh, hello, thought. Hi, here we are. I'm going to go back. You're connecting with the source of all wisdom and joy in the universe. Source has time. It's just going to like be sitting there waiting for you to go back to it. Have your thought, go back to it. What you could learn at that time when you have that thought and then go, oh shoot, I lost my train of thought, is to go, oh, and I accept myself. If you learn self-acceptance in that moment, instead of like self-recrimination, I can't believe I can't do this, I can't do this, that's huge. I know we're almost out of time, but we're going to just go up one more time really quick, because I want to tell you a different way of, in case you don't like that way of going up, 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 I want to let you know that you're already connected. This is my main wish for you, is to understand your already existing connection and to know that it is there all the time. To have this positive practice of just feeling it, however that looks to you. So we're going to do this one more time. I'm going to do it pretty quick so you understand how easy it is, okay? So again, a nice deep breath. Hold it for a few moments, few seconds, and then breathing out nice and slowly. And then you're going to go down into the earth again and visualize that ball of energy coming up from the earth, up your feet, up your legs, up through your body, through each chakra. And when you get to your heart chakra, Just kind of pause right there. Feel, imagine that energy, that little ball of light in your heart, and then just let it expand out through your whole body. And when you get to like your skin, you're just going to remember how very similar the molecules of your skin are to the molecules of the air and the chair that you're sitting on. It's only a small difference. It's all just atoms. And you're going to feel your oneness with the air right around you, with the floor or the chair or the bed that you're sitting on. And then you're going to expand out a little bit more in like a bubble. And you're going to feel your connection, your oneness with everything that's like 10, 15 feet around you, your house or your office or your car. And then you're going to allow that bubble to expand even more. It's going to expand down into the earth and out around you, way, way out, so that you're feeling your oneness with everything around you, like the yard, the trees, the buildings, the sidewalks, all kinds of animals, the air and the clouds above you. You're just remembering your oneness. And then you're going to go out even more. You're going to allow that bubble of energy to go up, way out, all the way to the stars up above you, way out to all the rest of the country that you're in around you, and then all the rest of the whole world, all of the plants and animals and humans, the earth below you, all the minerals. And then you're going to allow that ball of energy to expand out even more past our universe through different layers of light and dark and light and dark until you feel a sparkling lightness. And you again feel that place that's your true home, that ocean of unconditional love and sparkling light. And from that place, remember you say in your mind, source, universe, divine, I have a question. And then in your mind, you ask a question. Ask the same one if you want to, if you want more wisdom on that, or ask a different one. And then you say, I need the answer. Thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. And so it is. And then you listen as you would to a dream. Look in your mind's eye as you do when you're closing your eyes and daydreaming about something. Listen in that way that you feel a connection with your child or your loved one or your best friend. You know in your heart your connection with them without anybody having to tell you in words. Listen for the idea. And then, with that beautiful knowing and with that support and joy, gather that energy and come all the way. Let your bubble shrink back down and come all the way into your own body again, into your own consciousness, root down into the earth where you've chosen to have this very interesting experience, and then let the energy flow up and fountain up around you. So that is how close you are to connecting to your highest source of power, joy, and wisdom. It's right there. All we have to do is close our eyes and remember it. Look inside of ourselves. That energy is within every atom. How could you be here otherwise? You're always connected to this energy. And that's what I want you to know. And find a positive practice that you actually like, that actually inspires you, not something like, okay, I guess, like I was in my 20s, I'm going to try to meditate now. Just like if this visualization inspires you, do that. If there's something else that inspires you, do that. Try to set aside 5 or 10 minutes a day and practice that, because that's what will let you know for sure that you can trust your connection, that you are always completely connected. It helps to have a supportive system when you feel like, I don't know, I can't feel it, I can't do it. You need to be able to rely on other like-minded people. So please, if you have any questions, you can put them in the comment box. I'm going to hang out here for a couple minutes just in case. And you can also email me, tara@beyondyourbelief.com. And if you're looking for a supportive community and you're not already in our Beyond Your Belief community, please come and join us. Go to beyondyourbelief.com, enter your name and email there. You'll get this really cool little package of like energy tools. It's called the Transformation Toolkit. And you'll get some common beliefs that we all want to get through. And you'll get some little videos. This is in your email. You'll get some videos, a meditation, and a bunch of other really cool tools. You can also just go on Facebook on Beyond Your Belief community. You answer a couple simple questions, and then you will be a part of our Facebook community. And we really just share inspiration with each other, questions, hurdles, and once a month, in addition to these Too Much Tuesdays, which is every Tuesday, but in our Beyond Your Belief community, we have a free healing group on the first Friday of every month, and those have been really cool. So I give some teaching and take clients for mini sessions, and it's just been really nice. So if anybody has any questions, put them in the comments or stay connected to me. You can also find me on social media, of course, Tara_Greenway. And thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, Kelly, I'm so glad you were here, by the way. And yeah, the religion aspect is important. Like, we don't want to feel like we're going against our religion by connecting in this way. And we're absolutely not. I think that this is at the heart of all religions, like I said. Yeah, Susan, beautiful. Thank you so much for being here, you guys, everyone. So, okay, I'm not seeing bunches of questions. I feel like you guys all really got it today, Yeah, thank you. So thank you for being here. Please join me again. Chloe. Thanks, you guys. Love you all. Take care.